today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro!
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor, not only I am the Comic Hero. This is the second Mardi Gras episode, and on this episode, it's all about the color gold. Now, I'm going to touch base on that later on, but right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which legendary film actor was Doctor Strange inspired by? Well, the correct answer is Vincent Price. And 7 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is Otis Thompson from Homer, Louisiana. So congratulations, Otis. Win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for a free tee for next week's episode. And with us being in the month of February, and February being Black History Month, this is a Black History question, and it's also a DC question. Who was the first African female superhero to headline her own series in DC Comics? Was it A, Bumblebee, B, Vixen, or C, Naomi? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in Action Comics number 521 in 1981, and was created by Jerry Conway and Bob Oxner. The second hint, this character's powers are derived from a magical totem inherited from her family called the Tantu Totem, allowing her to mimic abilities like the flight of a hawk, the constriction of an anaconda, or the electric touch of an eel. And then the third and final hint, this character's codename is also a noun meaning a female fox or a spirited, fierce woman. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Now, I'm not going to do a Throwdown Showdown segment or an Any Question segment for this episode, and there are 2 reasons. One, it's 2 weeks worth of books. These are books that came out both on January 28th and last week on February the 4th. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, we had a winter storm here, and everything got pushed back. So, because of all that, I have 2 weeks worth of books, so I'm trying to get back on track. And then also, I have a lot to say in the closing segment regarding what gold represents. And then also a little Mardi Gras trivia. So with all that being said, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. Alright, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman number 16. Absolute Flash number 11. Absolute Green Lantern number 11. Absolute Superman number 16. Absolute Wonder Woman number 16. The Amazing Spider-Man number 21. The Amazing Spider-Man Annual 2026. The Avengers number 35. Batgirl number 16. Batman number 6. DCKO Boss Battle. DCKO The Kids Are All Fight. DCKO Night Fight number 4. Detective Comics number 1105. The Flash number 29. Green Lantern number 31. The Infernal Hulk number 3. Really excited about this one. Iron Man number 1. Oh, check it out. Double cover! JSA number 16. Justice League Red number 6. Justice League Unlimited number 15. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 42. Nova Centurion number 4. Sorcerer Supreme number 2. Really excited about this one also. Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant number 1. Superman number 34. Thundercats number 23. Thundercats Pumira. Ultimate Endgame number 2. Ultimate Wolverine number 14. The Uncanny X-Men number 23. Or was that 23? Yes, 23. And finally, Wolverine number 15. All right, that's a whopping 31, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,368. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Who was the first African-American superhero to headline her own series in DC Comics? Was it A, Bumblebee, B, Vixen, or C, Naomi? All right, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in Action Comics number 521 in 1981 and was created by Jerry Conway and Bob Oxner. The second hint, this character's powers are derived from a magical totem inherited from her family called the Tantu Totem, allowing her to mimic abilities like the flight of a hawk, the constriction of an anaconda, or the electric touch of an eel. And then the third and final hint, this character's codename is also a noun meaning a female fox or a spirited or fierce woman. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Otis Thompson from Homer, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, on this episode, the third color of the Mardi Gras season is gold, and gold represents power. Power has 6 different definitions. The first definition is the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. The second definition is the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. The third definition is physical strength and force exerted by something or someone. The fourth definition is energy that is produced by mechanical, electrical, or other means used to operate a device. The fifth definition is the time rate doing work measured in watts. And then the sixth and final definition, the number of times a certain number is to be multiplied by itself. Now, power is a very noble thing to have. And it can be very useful at times. But please, sir, please, ma'am, be careful how you wield it. If you're going to have power, I believe that you should do so in a positive way. You should do so to encourage somebody, to empower somebody, to lift somebody up. You know, just to be a blessing to somebody. You shouldn't use power for yourself or use it to bully others. Use it to help someone. I believe that we're defined by the way we handle power. I mean, power can be anything. It's not just, electricity. It could also be job titles. It could be you could be an athlete. Anything. But just because you have power, that doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. That just means that you have power. That's it. So use it in a positive way. I once heard a preacher say one time, be positive or be quiet. So please, sir, please, ma'am, use power in a positive way. All right, this is a gold Mardi Gras Comic Hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on comicheroshop.myshopify.com for $25. Now, here's some Mardi Gras trivia I want to share with you. I want to do so very briefly. Now, Mardi Gras started out as a Christian holiday overseas, and it was mostly celebrated by Catholics. But over time, it became a ball holiday, and then it came here to the States, And then that was when it became a parade or a carnival holiday. Now, it was the first Mardi Gras parade was held in Mobile, Alabama. Now, Mobile might have done it first, but let's be clear. Louisiana does it best. Period. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, it's the final Mardi Gras episode of 2026, and it's all about the color purple. Now, on episode 554, I'm celebrating Black History Month, and on episode 555, I'm celebrating Healthy Heart Month. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome, and as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome, and as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Careers Facebook page, welcome, and as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next time for episode 553, the final Mardi Gras episode of the year. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!
you